Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly Taroscope reading for November the 30th through to December the 6th, 2015. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And thank you. Thank you for your likes, your shares, for subscribing. Thank you for showing up every day and giving me the support you do. Truly, thank you. Now, let's get to you. Let's get to the cards. We start with the Knight of Swords. So, there is an energy. There is I can do it kind of attitude about you this week. You know, there is no room for failure here in our minds, in our thoughts, in what we plan on doing when this card appears. This is about victory. This is about success. This is going after the gold. Okay? We ride out into the meadow on our horse with our sword raised, yelling charge. And it's our first card. So this is the vitality that you are feeling. This is a feeling of you can do no wrong, which is sometimes a trap. So, you know, even we'll get to the other cards, but, you know, just think things through and make sure that your action is going to bring in the value that you want and you desire, that you're not overpowering in some way, or yeah, being overpowering in some way, I think is probably the warning that this card would have, because it is so strong. And being your first card, there's a strength in your thoughts, in your actions, in where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to become. And you just have to make sure that you are not actually overpowering this week, to almost take a step back before you act or you speak, and make sure that it is the right action and the right words in order to get you to your goals and your dreams. We have strength as our first card here. It's about leaning on your inner strength. It definitely is. You know, there is a strength about you this week. There is a strong vitality about you this week. That is said in the Knight of Swords. But true strength comes from not just reacting, but to think through the process of why we are reacting to things, why we are showing a certain emotion, or why we are putting ourselves in a certain situation. It's to have the discipline in our life this week, to know that that action or those words or that situation is going to take us into the path that we want to walk. We have the Empress. So this is all about new. This is about beginnings. This is about fertility. Okay, so the energy that surrounds you, I mean, I can see how the energy that surrounds you, you're going to feed off of it. So remember too that the Empress is also the diplomat, the one who weighs things out. Okay, all the kings, all the queens come to her. They all talk about their problems, they talk about the good things, they talk about what they need. And so you have to look at you as a person, and your kingdom being your job, your career, your stature in the community, your relationships, your health, your well-being. And so you have to weigh everything out. You have to make sure that, you know, especially with the strength card here, that you are weighing things out so it benefits you in the long run. So you don't want to be signing up for all kinds of responsibilities and obligations if it's just going to burn you out and it's not going to get you any closer to where you want to go in life. That there is value. Okay, so you don't want to go out and spend a ton of money just for the sake of spending a ton of money. That you want to make sure that you're going to get value back for every penny spent. It's thinking things through. It's taking a step back and really looking at every single action, every single word this week, and making sure that when you use that vibration of energy that surrounds you, that you are using it in a positive way, that it's really going to lead you in your path forward. We have the Four of Cups. Okay, now the Four of Cups is very much about being grateful for what we already have in our life. Now, I almost relate this to, the parent and the child. And the child comes to the parent and says, I need, I want. And the parent goes out and gets that child exactly what they said they needed or wanted. The problem being is the next day, the parent realizes that the item they purchased for that child is discarded in a corner or it's broken. Now the child comes and says, I need, I want, and the parent is very reluctant to give that child something new because they know that they weren't appreciating the last gift. So we have the Three Cups at the very front, and we are not paying attention to what we already have in our lives. The stability, perhaps, the people that surround us, the things that bring us happiness, and we may be taking certain things for granted. Now, there is a cup in the background that is waiting to be given because just like the parent, they want to make their children happy. They want to give them what they need and want, but they're not going to do it if the gift is not going to be appreciated or used in the proper way. So this is very much a week too of being grateful for what already surrounds you in your life so that more beauty, more wonderment may come into your life. We have the Three of Cups. So you know what? This is laughing. This is celebration. This is happiness. This is joy. More times than not, this is good news arriving that brings you to a point where you want to celebrate. So it could be a job offer, it could be a promotion, it could be finding a new group of people in the community that you really fit in with and they're very like-minded and it's going to exalt you into new pathways and new frontiers. This could be just good news coming, a birth of a baby on the way, a marriage, a union between two people, maybe a union in your own life. But good news of some sort, especially if you have been waiting on some kind of news or some kind of judgment or something. This is a card that speaks very much of celebration and happiness this week. And we have the Knight of Cups, so it could be very much love. It could be a new love in your life. It could be taking a relationship back to those passionate moments, those joyful moments where you couldn't wait to hear their voice or get together with them, or you awaited their text and you couldn't, you know, you just couldn't wait to see them again. That kind of passion, that kind of energy. Okay, now this could be also, because it is a general reading, it just doesn't state love, but it could be a love and passion for where you want to go in life, your ambitions, your career, money, finances. So this could be opportunity for a new business venture, a job promotion, or a new job coming into being. So that could actually be the good news because they do sit side by side. Now the Three of Pentacles is up here. So now you hold the paintbrush to your future. I always say that you are painting your portal here of your tomorrow. So how do you want it to look? You hold the paintbrush. You have control. Now this means hard work, and this means financial gain from hard work. It also states that this is the time to not take the shortcuts, not take the easy way out, to apply yourself, to do the hard work. And even if you don't think anybody is watching, they are. Okay? The figure in the forefront here, the woman in black with the blonde hair, is pointing. Okay? You don't see them. So where you don't think that you are getting the acknowledgement or the appreciation, you are. So you're going to have to go without hearing it this week because it is going to bring opportunity and happiness down the road in what you do this week. So apply yourself. Work hard. Hold that paintbrush to your future and paint exactly how you want it to look. Don't worry about the hard work. Okay? Even if you think that you're doing it for nothing and nobody is watching and nobody is appreciating what you do, they are. And down the road is when the reward comes. So go with the flow and believe in yourself and what you turn out and what you do. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.